We've got the reigning champions of Gold Coast, Fiji, against Scotland. And, well, as with other teams, we don't quite know what they're going to be like. Fiji, well, they've had the dominance over Scotland over the years, 21 wins out of 25 meetings. But Scotland did beat them 2 years ago, no problem, 2 seasons ago. But we'll wait and see, because the reigning champions have got 7 new recruits to this lineup. Quite extraordinary, really. If you look at 1, 3 and 7, they've never played in the 7 series before, and they've only got one person left who was in Gold Coast last year. The captain, the new captain, is Levani Bottia. Coach is new, his first outing as coach, because Aliveretti and Derry, the principal coach, isn't allowed into Australia at the moment. So some of those game names have gone. Familiar names like Sakau, Fusango, Naisalevu, Votu, Matawalu, Tuwai, injured, some playing overseas and so on, some dropped. So the only one really of any experience there is Osa Kolonisau. Look at Scotland, new look, 4 new players, new coach, England's 7th player and 7th coach Phil Greening, his first outing. Colin Gregor, though, is back there. Andrew Turnbull's still there, the top try scorer for Scotland. New guys, though, on the start. Christine, Michael Maltman. Wonder what we're in for.
Well, we know that the Fijians have 7s in their DNA, but the simple fact is they've got in their starting 7 3 debutants, and only in their whole 12-man squad 42 events under their belt. Whereas the Scottish, they're more experienced. They go into this game, and they've kept their run-on core 7 of really experienced players. So there could be an upset, but
could be.
You don't know what to expect with the Fijians.
That's the beauty of it. You never quite know. The holders here of Gold Coast have got supporters here, and certainly they've got so much depth of talent, hasn't it? It's the national sport, of course. And there is big Levani Bottia coming out with Colin Gregor. Canny player is Colin Gregor. We'll just be able to see what these new players come up with. Well, wherever they go, Fiji have wonderful support from the South Pacific Islands, a beautiful place. Defending cup winners, but just quite can't suggest who will win this one. 7 new players in the Fiji squad. Matt O'Brien, pharmacist by profession and experienced of 7s. And of course a man who hails from the Gold Coast himself.
Fiji!
Lucky guy. A day like this, where else would you want to be?
Exactly.
Who's going to win?
Fiji.
Okay.
Have a look at the start. It's a dribbler.
So clever. That's Kolonisau, distinctive with the hairstyle. He a lot of injury last season and didn't play after Port Elizabeth. That was before Christmas. But he knows the game. As they all do, of course, because they play it all the time. It's the club game. But early confidence will follow with a try. This is a little Andy Turnbull. Turnbull, top try scorer for Scotland. 118 tries in his history of 7s. Good work there from Mark Robertson. Interesting to see how Phil Greening has got this side honed or not. We shall see. On wide from Maltman, he's the new man. Christine, the other one, look out for number 1. Set up by Scotland again.
That's good.
Turnover ball though, Kolonisau. Look at his elusiveness. Oh, beautiful try. Well, they missed that most of last season, didn't they? Kolonisau, he was injured. Got recalled now though, and show exactly how good he is. His 42nd try in his 22nd tournament.
Yeah, we talked about them not having much experience, but this man certainly has, Kolonisau. And they weathered some sort of a storm from Scotland for a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Then finally the error came, and Kolonisau didn't worry about throwing it wide to the right, just went bang off the right foot, and his pace got him there. Distinctive flair of Kolonisau. But Scotland certainly went hard. They're not going to give this away, that's for certain. But the mistake killed them.
Yeah, I love those little brilliance moments players like this produce. It seems that Fiji provide more of people who can do that than anyone else.
Perfect kickoff.
Wasn't it?
Advantage.
Fed away by Bottia. Now the hands of Rankamati. And this is Raitini, new boy. Ah, what a lovely start for your debut. Ratu Raitini from Tailevu. I tell you what, we saw the American, how quick he was. This guy's is an under 11 second 100 metres.
And that's why he's on the right-hand wing for Fiji. But you think about it, the 40 seconds from the restart of play that it took them to score, the perfect kickoff, batted back, and then it came wide. They had a 4-on-3 advantage. They stayed straight, and Motia stayed straight. Gave it wide, committed the defenders, and they knew, of course, Rangamate knew who he had outside. He knew the pace. When you start to run around Andrew Turnbull and beat him that easily, he's got a true piece of footwork. Raitini, there's jet shoes right there, and thanking the Lord.
Well, I think we've seen 3 of the quickest guys ever in Sevens rugby within this few hours that we've been here. Dan Norton probably won, and then that remarkable American who Carlin Isles, and now we've seen a new one, Ratu Raitini.
Fiji can't, Scotland can't take a trick again, losing their restart.
Yeah, key, isn't it? Absolutely a key element of the whole game. The restarts. And Scotland haven't had the ball since about the first 10 seconds of the game. Already we're halfway through the first half. Again, it's Botia setting it up to Colonisau. Colonisau, this time on the wide outside is Rankamate, and he's quick too and elusive. I love those little steps. He certainly made his mark. Joji Rankamati at the back end of last season. He was a player I know that Sarevi said to me he should be in the squad, and he finally was by the end of the season. And he should know what talent there is. Look at Botia, look at the work he's doing at the back there.
Yep, they were blown away by physicality that time, Scotland. They're in trouble again in Botia.
This is the new captain, taking over from Setofano Thakau, who's maybe come back in the squad. This is an overlap if they need one. How about that? Into the corner. New man, debut, Apisai Domolailai. Scores in his first half.
They can beat you on the right-hand side, they can beat you on the left. This time it was Domolailai. They had a 4-on-2 overlap. The referee just confirming, had a quick chat to his touch judge. Said, yeah, no worries for the young man's first try.
Product of the Singatoka Methodist School from Nandronga now. Tall 23-year-old.
Passing decision is outstanding, Nigel. They're all in front of the man. They're wagering. He sucked in 2 defenders and made it not necessarily a foot race. They were one-on-one, but he had the power over the last 8 metres to get through that tackle.
And the thing is, it's not just a quick guy on the outside. It's the pace of the whole movement, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
From the moment they had it with Eli Tinai there.
And to kick that one from the sideline.
Wow.
It's the stress. Even from the kick restart now, they'll stress the Scottish the catches, and then they stress you in defence. That's the 3rd different sort of kick-off, and it's still Scotland. That's
backwards.
Hapless.
From Scotland there. Dear oh dear. I think it came back off. Tall figure. Possession again. Playing in their own half, aren't they? Scotland the whole time. Here they come again. Colonisau. Who's it this time? Raitini. Makes a mistake. Andrew Turnbull puts a foot in touch, fortunately in the end.
First error of the match, or second error, I think, but first passing error. Colonisau put it too high for Raitini.
You can see why they are the most popular neutral people watching, aren't they? I mean,
they're everyone's second team, you mean? Yeah.
Exactly so.
Here's the mark.
Yeah.
The precision of their passing, they look like they don't care less, but it goes in front of the man, so there's no checking of momentum.
Right.
Crouch. Touch. Sit.
So, Jericevic is one guy who's not in the professional contract for Scotland. He's still playing with the Air Club. He's Rickle back, scrum half, and a talented player. But, well, like the rest of this team, he needs the ball. They've got it this time, Gregor. Colonisau scrags the opposite.
Like so many teams, the Scottish are wondering, how do we get through? Well, this man's got an answer.
Good work. This is Turnbull. Is he going to be caught? He is. My goodness me. Raitini was there. Not many catch Turnbull, but it's going to be a try anyway for Scotland and Peter Juricevic. Well, they deserved it. I thought they'd lost it.
Oh, a try that was shaping so easily there for Andrew Turnbull. How many times have we seen him streak away in Sevens World Series rugby? Usually they give up, but Rotini said, no, I've got him covered, and within 40 metres he's mowed him down. The break was finally made. They've been probing away on the rare occasion they had the ball. Turnbull is used to people just giving up, not Rotini, and then he gets up and challenges to the ball. But they didn't give up. They had another two men there and gave it to Juricevic. And there's their try. Even then, they had to work hard for what was looking like a runaway.
Well, deserved in the end. That'll give them a bit of confidence at half-time, but it's Fiji very much in control here. 19 points to 7. Ryan still with England. So it moves on, as it has done in the game of 15s, of course, whereas maybe coaching a team which is not his own country, and that's plenty of those around the world now.
He was pretty stern with them there too, Phil Greening, the Scottish coach.
Yeah.
There's not much more he can do.
That's the frustration of being a coach, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fiji.
The work's done before the game starts.
Scotland.
Restart by Colin Gregor, 31-year-old, 35th tournament captain is Budgie.
I just realised then the problem at the restart. Straight into the sun the receiver is watching. The Fijians have lost it.
It's a good observation. This is Gregor getting the pass from Turnbull. Nice little flip by Christine. He's the 18-year-old making his debut here. But look at the turnover away by Ratini. Just looks so comfortable with the ball, not even when it's in their hands. You know what I mean? Rankamate. Good shallow by Michael Fado.
They're not scared to go 12 metres backwards with a pass to reinvent themselves.
Lapani Bhatia, sometimes called Lapani, sometimes Lavani.
Be an injury there to their captain in Bhatia.
Yeah, they need him. My goodness, he's all right. Okay.
Certainly heat's never a worry for the Fijians here on the Gold Coast. It's mid-20s right now. It will rise further as the afternoon goes on.
Yeah, get a blood bin on for Fiji as well, please.
On comes Rory Hughes, 19-year-old for Scotland.
A bit of blood there, Nigel.
Oh, Bhatia's got up, but here is Tavusurilangi, one of the new guys from Ndronga. Bhatia, interesting character, really. I mean, I was amazed to find that Setefano Thakau, who had a brilliant season last season, he just really set the whole standard for his team and just drifted away, or was just pushed away, but may come back. And Bhatia takes over. And Bhatia, I remember, last game of the tournament, he actually ruined their Fiji's effort because he got a yellow card at a vital position of the game, and so they lost it in the final to Samoa. So I didn't think next time he'd be out, he'd be captain of the team.
You reckon it's hard to play 15s, one man down? Try it with 7s.
Yeah, exactly. So 5 minutes to go.
And despite the dominance we talk about, the Scottish get one here.
Well,
they are in this game.
Right. Exactly right. It's only a 12-point margin. And they're certainly improving. Good work by Gregor. Now then, Turnbull. Oh, what a pity for Scotland. That was a pass just too far in front of Andrew Turnbull.
Oh, it's a beautifully worked manoeuvre with the dummy onto the inside, then the player wrapping around, giving them 3-on-2, and that pass sticks. Turnbull's in the corner.
He was about to be.
Unless Raiatini catches him like he did in the first half. Can't catch Turnbull over 20 metres.
No. Rankamate with the throw in, not the best throw in. Chance there for Rory Hughes.
Not straight.
Oh,
One of the young guys who's just come in, joined Scotland Sevens, back end of last season.
well, that was a poor throw by Rangamante.
It was, wasn't it?
And that's something, the basics are usually wonderful for them. There is the only potential weakness I've spotted in their game.
Here's the mark.
Michael Moulton there, number 10. Come out of Moseley in the 15's time. He's a technical teacher, making his debut here on the prop. Quite an initiation, really. Colin Gregor again, into the hands of James Fleming. He's quick. He's going to make it. That's a good try, and that keeps Scotland in the hunt. Good effort with still quarter of the match to go. Now, what a comeback this is by Scotland.
Whoa!
Maybe Scotland have got that new confidence, and maybe Fiji have got a bit on edge. Perhaps they thought it was too easy.
That's a scorcher, Nigel. Of course, came from the line-out error. They give it to Fleming, make it 1-on-1. Oh, and Kolinisau, if he can't compete, that just proves how fast Fleming is. Comes in for a bit of attention there at the end.
That's tremendous, isn't it? I mean, he's had a great rate of try scoring. This is only his 14th tournament, and it's his 42nd try. And what an important one.
There's his reward for running the ball around. Gets hammered after he scores the try. We got ourselves a game.
We sure have.
Fijians look like they've switched off since half-time.
That is often the problem, isn't it? You know, you sit back, got laurels, think suddenly.
How very Fijian, Nigel.
Yeah, yeah.
We're ahead. Let's just take it easy. It's halfway through the day.
Well, Scotland did beat Edinburgh. Beat Scotland in Edinburgh in May 2011, but they've only beaten them 4 times out of 25 games. But here's a chance. The drive here now. Fiji are on the rack. Scotland have really come back with a vengeance. James Fleming again to Gregor, back inside, bit loose, snatched up by Langai, the new guy. That was a pity for Scotland. This is Wankantambu, another guy as well. Lovely. 7 new Fijians here, not really in control anymore. That's Botia, Fadi onto Nasangavesi. Running all the new guys. Oh, that's beautifully done. Isn't that lovely to watch? And there's the try. Elai Tinai. And that's a crucial moment. And Rangamati.
Oh, that's a beautiful play. Quite simply, Scotland in the second, so on the start of the second half, just didn't give Fiji the ball. They finally got hold of it, and some of this work. That step there was sublime and brilliant. And then the pace at the end of it by Rangamate. Super stuff. I tell you, and the Sangavesi, number 10 for the Fijians, did well to get it to that point. They kept straight and they ran hard. The passes were good. Phil Greeny, the Scottish coach, disgusted how they had all the attack, they had all the momentum, and then let themselves down.
Just a minute and over to go. Well, Rangamati made such an impact last season. He's only played 4 tournaments. And there we saw that skill again. Could beat a couple of guys in a telephone box, couldn't he? Sangiwa. These are all the new guys who've been brought on. I think maybe Waninkolo was a bit optimistic to actually take so many changes, because he got into a bit of a hole midway through the half of this second half.
They just had that shot of Scottish coach Phil Greeny, the Englishman there, bemoaning the fact if they hung on to the ball, they could have capitalised. I think their chance is gone now with 20 seconds to go.
Rasovic sets it, trying to run from their own 22 here, which they've got to do now. They've got to gamble. One last chance. It's 26-14. But I guess they'll have got some confidence out of this, because they've really given Fiji quite a game. Didn't look like it in the first half. They've come back well. That super try from that man, James Fleming. Turnover though, is it? Where's the ball?
Physically dominant Fijians at the breakdown.
And the little... look at this running again. Tanambu. Ravu Atanteki. Good cover, great tackle from Fleming.
Siren's gone, you're down by 12 points and you're still tackling like that.
Ankana Tabu. Nasangavesi. All these new players. Nasangavesi again. And thank you very much, Sankiwa. And Rankamate.
The traditional squealing of the female Fijian fans as their rangamati goes over.
Sankiwa it was.
Oh, it was Sankiwa.
Yeah. Said one and then changed the other and then switched back because they look so similar.
Oh, he was determined too. He wasn't going to let that slip.
Well, he's another quick boy. His heroes, Vunimbaka, Delasau, Sauzau. He could follow in their train, couldn't he?
All wingers, notably enough. Fijian fans happy. Part one of the job's been done.
Funny thing is normal 15-side players is second row forward. Is a lock. That's probably the quickest lock in the world. So there we are. Well, a good contest, I must say, and well, some credit to Scotland. They came back and look, they were out of sorts, but they gave Fiji a bit of a scare. But in the end, confidence at the end. 31-14, Fiji. The new boys look quite effective if they can keep their teamwork. Well, new coaches around, and one who, I wonder what he'll think about the Scotland performance in that game. They were certainly in the game. And with Seb Lozier, he's with the new coach of Scotland, Phil Greening.
A familiar face. Phil, as comeback fixtures go, they come easier than Fiji.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, this was about seeing how a fact-finding sort of tournament for us, and you know, we're changing the whole philosophy of how we are in the Scottish Sevens, and you know, it's just the little mistakes. You let the Fijians in and they'll carve you up, and you know, they just showed their individual brilliance. But you know, pretty proud of our boys. They showed some good shape, which we've been working on. But it's those small mistakes that kills you in sevens, and you know, we'll learn and we'll go on from this.
It's a game of two halves for you. Much better after the break. What did you say at half time?
Stop being in awe of the Fijians. You know, we've got some young boys who's not really had this stage before, and you know, I think it's we need one bit of belief. That's all. We need one spark, and I think we'll be a different team. And I'm hoping we get that. And maybe not from this game, but hopefully from this weekend we'll get something, and hopefully that'll build the foundations for the rest of the year.
You were living every play on the sideline, Phil.
Yeah, I got to calm myself down sometimes, but I'm obviously better than I used to be. But it does get frustrating, especially when you see things that probably others doesn't. But you know, I'm really proud of the boys that first 18, especially there's some young guys who's never even seen a sevens environment before. So you know, it's the first step, and we'll see how we go.
You've got some tough games coming up. Good luck.
True, and South Africa, who were third last year in the Gold Coast, first time we came here, and they beat Australia then. Well, now, what have you got? A South Pacific encounter and a clash between close neighbours. They've met 8 times, Fiji have won 6 times, but never assume anything. Because the very last time they played, guess who won? Tonga beat Fiji in Wellington this year, 2012, 17-14. But it's a different lineup here, and the Fijian side, well, between them, extraordinary this. There are only 19 tournaments between this starting lineup here. The captain has been 6 times, that's Levani Botia. Rakamate has played 4 times, Tilai has played 9 times. The rest, the other 4, are all new today. So who knows what happens, but they did beat Scotland, but they had a tough time there. Tonga, 5 new people. They've lost Jack Ram, who's playing in New Zealand. Pateki, their great sevens player, he couldn't come here because he got no visa. And they've got new guys as well, and Finau and Kilioni and Latu, they'll remember. They know they can beat Fiji, but will they today? I wonder. Rod Kafer, it's always a bit special too, isn't it, when it's a South Pacific clash?
Exactly, always traditional sevens exponents. They love the game, a real passion and for a fervour for the game in the South Pacific, obviously. The Fijians, you can see them in the middle there, joining hands with the ball.
Great tradition, isn't it? I love to watch that. And Tonga, well, they had a bit of a rough time against Australia. They made them fight, but they had injuries along the way. They locked Kilifi Latu, and though he's starting again, so he can't be too bad. Simana Halaifanua, he also got injured as well, and his brother Halaifanua David, he was in the bin, and that rather turned the whole game. Here's Boli, Federico Anselmi from Buenos Aires, a professional in home resources and a marathon man. He's even done a double marathon. Here we go then, 7 each way. And absolutely decisive this is for Tonga. They lost their first game against Australia, so if they any hope of getting through to the Gold Coast quarter-finals, then they've got to win. But look at this breakaway immediately from Rankamati. Rankamati cuts inside Yongi. Good cover back though by the other players. Now Eli Tinai, I'd say he's one of the experienced players in the game, but he's only played 9 tournaments. And you think that some of them have played over 70. Bit of a careless attempted that time by Salmaki. Now it's Botia, the captain again, and he gives the push away on Salmaki. Opening try. I've just sensed, Rod, from the first game there we saw Fiji beating Scotland, that terrific second half they produced at the end. They've got tremendous potential, and obviously they're not a teamwork in rhythm yet, but you can just see it, can't you, with the skills.
Oh, you really can. You can see them building. They've got a nice balance to their side, a few big guys to do some of the hard graft up front and around the breakdown, and to win some of those collisions that you just have to do it, particularly at the finals end of the tournament when it becomes much more of a collision event. And then they've got the flyers and the pace on the outside and nice ball players in the midfield. I do like the look of their side. That's a nice little kick too there, very casual strike of the ball, but worth the same amount of points.
Rankamati with the conversion. Someone who Waisali Sarevi thought was the man who should be in this Fijian side. He is now. Came in last season, 4 tournaments. So a confident side opening for Fiji. So many new faces. No Sakau, no Fusango, no Asalevu, Atawalu. Botia, who just scored that try, he's only just recovered from injury as well. So many changes. Samaki. Good tackle coming in from Wakantabu. Still with Tonga. Yongi. Cut away by Kilioni. Latu. Nice step. Oh, nice pace too. Good angle. Finau. Those two together, been together 3-4 times in the World Sevens. 3-2 here. Surely must be. Has he made the wrong decision? I think so.
Ugh.
Dear oh dear, that was a waste, wasn't it?
Had to throw it.
It's back with Fiji. Raveo Tuetaki. Wakantambu. There's only Yongi to try and save, and look at the pace, the acceleration. Well, Eli Tinai from Suva, captain last season to 4 wins, and one of the great top club 7 specialists at the moment, the Wardens Club, and one of the survivors of this new Fijian 7.
Just sized up what he had to do, knew he had the pace, and look at him smiling. He enjoyed that. Around the outside, got outside Iongi, just too much pace. Had his measure all the way, and very happy, scored in front of his fans. Conversion successful. It's 14 points to 0.
I don't know whether Kolonisau has got a bit of a niggle or something, because he's on the bench and he's not got a number on him, so he's obviously not going to play. They're probably resting him, but he's had more tournaments than the rest of the team together. Only just come back after injuries. Careless here by Tonga again, making mistakes. You can't afford that, losing the ball like that. Wangantambu into the hands of Rankamati. Oh, look at the acceleration here. Oh. Just too good. Too good. And once again, Salmaki is the guy who's been left grasping at air.
Beautiful, beautiful try. Nice play. They do have a, you said it before, Nigel, a nice rhythm to their game. They're looking like they're enjoying themselves. He's got lots of pace on the edges of their line, and it's a good mix. I like the look of them.
Wow, what a find. 27, so quite late in his initiation last season. Started out in Hong Kong this year. He's only played 4 tournaments. So somehow I feel that they sort of missed him over the earlier years. Just one of the 3 players who played in London back end of last season.
It's not a great kickoff, and Tonga elect to play on.
Extraordinary to think that looking at this 7 on the field for Fiji at the moment, not one of them played here in the Gold Coast last year. That's how the turnover has been. Here come Tonga, though. They need something urgently now. Conceding those 2 tries. Now it's Ofa Finau.
Tackle.
Comes from the wonderful club called Toa Ko Maafu. There he is now. 21-year-old. I've seen him playing twice in the Junior World Cup Championships in the 15s. Yongi, who's captain the side, new captain. Kilioni can't get the pass hurt. Cover by Tinai. Hooter sounds, 7 minutes are up.
Stay there. Stay there. Red.
The line-up will be played. Rankamate with the throw, playing the scrum half roll. It's a penalty. A bit of obstruction there in the line-out. So that, well, I wonder if Fiji will just put it in touch and have a rest. I think so.
Time off.
So half-time it is, and Fiji comfortably placed at 21-0 at half-time.
Test.
Didn't seem to really get.
Waining Kolo, who's the assistant to Alavareti Nderi, that the official, the principal coach is not allowed to come in. Coach of the Wardens has been Waining Kolo, and this is his first time in charge of Fiji in the HSBC Sevens. Have such depth, don't they? Such strength they can pick from. I think the problem is, got so many good players, incredibly difficult to know who to pick.
Well, it's a balance issue, isn't it? Quite often, just getting the balance right. You could probably run out 10 Fijian teams and probably get similar results with them.
Yeah.
Multitude of great players.
Start of the second half then, taken in by Langai. Just come on. Domalailai. Got to stay on your feet. Loose the ball. Yongi going wide with Halafanua. 2 brothers.
The advantage. No come first. Red.
There's Timothy. So it's the first time I've ever seen 2 nations coached by a Fijian on both sides. There's Eddie.
Coach.
Eddie Wanga.
Touch. Set. Binding.
Rankamate. And he's made his mark already in this game. Ilatunai. No sign of the flying Raitini yet. Got such strength, such talents. Not always the best teamwork. This is the powerful Tavu Thuolangi, one of the new men. 4 new players on the field in the Fijian 7.
Advantage.
Their national sport. And always a joy to watch. Eli Tinai breaks through. Tap tackle just tripped him sufficiently from David Halafinoa. Otherwise he was in.
Well, that squared up lateral foot movement when he gets both shoulders square and he just beats players cold. That move.
That's the sort of thing you did outside Larkham, was it?
Exactly, yeah. You remember. Do you? You are getting old. If that's what you remember.
Wide out. Wankatambu. Looking a bit casual at the moment, Fiji, and making some little mistakes. Now with Langai goes wide, Rankamate, Tavu Thualangi goes and stretches and reaches it for his first try on his debut appearance. This, again, 27-year-old who's making his debut. I mean, it's extraordinary. Somehow they've been passed over on the way. He comes from Nandronga, a flanker in 15s, but he plays 7s basically. And a yellow card here. Well, that is going to create even worse problems for Tonga.
Well, you just got the feeling they were bound to score, even though they were at half pace, the Fijians. They will rush to get the ball to the line, just work the space, work the numbers. In the end,
well, it happened in their first game, didn't it, against Australia, when they got a yellow card for the sin bin. And this time it's Kalifi Latu.
Oh, great strike. Well done.
Superb. My goodness. Well, Eli Tinai it was, with that superb conversion. And Fiji stretch away. Certainly avenging the last time they met, when Tonga beat them in Wellington on the first day. 17-14 that was. Different story this time. And Tonga, remember now, are down to 6 for 2 minutes, with Kalifi Latu sitting out for that frustrating couple of minutes. Away by Finau again. Good running from Samaki. Had those difficult tackles that he missed early on. Wonderful, lissom athleticism of these Fijians, men on song. Good support from Wakan Tambu. And here goes, for the first time, Nasang Gavesi. Well, this is another man new to the game in the Sevens series. Samisono Nasang Gavesi from Nandronga. His first try. And they run away now at 33 points. Got armoury all over the place, haven't they?
It's astonishing to think that there are guys who play sevens like they play, who've just never got that opportunity to come on, and they're in their mid-20s, some of them.
Exactly, yeah.
It's just astonishing, the talent pool.
I mean, it is interesting, you know, you see other countries with players coming in at 18 and 19. Here you've got, what, 27-year-old, 26-year-old, 27-year-old, 24-year-old. 4 of these guys on the pitch at the moment playing their first time with those ages. Extraordinary. So 35, another kick successful by Rankamate. Comes back, puts one high, gets his big men underneath it, but taken well by Finau. Back to full 7 now, our Tonga. Within the last minute, they haven't crossed the Fijian line yet. Well, it's been a very one-sided contest. Not quite as one-sided as when they first ever met in 1999 in the first series. It's 50 points then by Fiji. Can they get one here? Nice pass. Well played. And Viali Yongi, the captain, at least gets a little bit of compensation with the try at the end. The 23-year-old, the new man who played in the Rugby World Cup from the Sila Pelua club, Viliami Yongi. Nice move.
Good finish, good interplay, nice use of the ball, and nice try. Good reward for the team. They didn't give it away. Just were outclassed.
So Fiji comfortably through with 66 points now in their 2 games. Tonga, at least with that last try, was a little bit of compensation, that's all.
Final game on day 1 at the Gold Coast Sevens, and it is Australia taking on Fiji. Fiji leading 35-13 in the series. They last met in Glasgow in May this year. And Fiji, it's a rebuilding situation for them. 7 debutants in the 12-man squad that they have brought to Queensland to defend their title from last year. And Australia, well, they are resting their captain Ed Jenkins. We're told he's got a small problem, a slight knock. And Shannon Walker on the bench as well. Luke Morahan, number 1, he is out of the tournament with a medial knee injury. Parahi, McMahon, Tuapo, Labau in there as well, starting with Holland, Lucas and Powell. So with Ed Jenkins on the bench, it's going to be Matt Lucas who will captain the team, we're told. This is Parahi doing a lot of talking early on. He's been in great form. And Fiji, well, they beat Scotland 31-14 and beat Tonga 35-7, and they look very good indeed despite all of those debutants. Australia, too good for Tonga, 31-14, and then they beat Scotland 22-0. So both teams unbeaten in Pool B. And their referee is Rasta Shangi from South Africa.
Captain goal.
So the word from the Australians is that Ed Jenkins has sore shoulder, but he will be back either in this match if required or tomorrow.
Not even sitting on the bench yet, Jenkins. They've only got 3 reserves on the bench.
Well, he is in fact there with his tracksuit top on, and Luke Morahan beside him. Morahan from the Gold Coast, bitterly disappointed that his tournament is over after about 35 seconds, I think.
Very good, Jawad.
Final game, first day, the Gold Coast Sevens fever pitch action, and it is Fiji with the kick-off, and Esi Parahi has been one of the best players for Australia again today. A foul. Can't get past by Tini, but away goes Matt Lucas down the short side, now the switch, and McMahon. Fine young forward, Sean McMahon. And Fiji contesting the breakdown, and it pops out the back, and it's there for who wants it. Towed through by Fiji. Sangavisi, oh, he needed a better bounce than that. And so the Australians scrambling back there to try and clean up, but under all sorts of pressure. It's fast and furious early on.
Oh, spectacular action. They go back to the knock-on over in the corner. The Australians lucky to get out of that one. Another man injured.
It's Matt Lucas.
There's your first knock-on right there.
Sani Sangavisi, one of the debutants.
The Australians so willing to win that ball, they need one man spare. It was only just survived.
This young man here, Matt Lucas, 20 years of age, only his 5th event. He has signed for the New South Wales Waratahs, so will be playing in Super Rugby next season. He's on his feet, he's going to stay on and he'll feed this scrum. Both teams have already qualified for the Cup quarterfinals tomorrow. Penalty goes against Fiji, taken quickly. The number 8 is Lewis Holland, the 19-year-old. Penalty against Australia now, holding on. So a real opportunity here for the Fijians as they pop one out the back door. Pangamate for Langi. And they are just masters at keeping the ball alive. But there's a mistake. So problem there for captain, Lapani Mbotia.
Nice defence if you can squeeze an error out of the Fijians, which they have done, especially their captain Mbotia. Feeling his nose, he must have popped one on the pecker.
Catch.
Well, the Australians having trouble working the ball out of their own half. Holland across to Alan Alafa'au. It's back there for Holland to Tupo. Quick hands over to Sean McMahon. He beat one. Pulled down there by Sangadisi. And Lucas, nowhere to go there, so tries to feed it back. Penalty though.
Oh, the Fijian brutality at the breakdowns, what's rattling the Australians. Competition as they drive in is awesome.
Well, let's see if the defending champs can get something going here through Rangamate. Oh, too much pace. First try of the final game on day one. And the Fijian fans in the crowd, they are delighted.
Oh, it took Matt Lucas, who was the rear sweeper. He was 10 metres behind the defensive line. He only had to go 5 metres across, but could have a look. Rangamate took off the right foot. Lucas couldn't adjust that 5 metres. He gave up early. Rangamate still running at top pace. Almost put a dent in the ground as he placed the ball. They're here to play. They're not just messing around because they're already into the quarters.
And from right in front, the conversion is successful. So here is the conversion attempt a short time ago from the man that scored the try, Tochi Rangamate, man from Suva. 7-0 Fiji over Australia. You can put it down to the fact that they have been dominating the breakdown. Yeah, not a smile on the face of the mascot at the moment. Not the start the Australians, the home team, were looking for, and it's been tapped back by Patahi, picked up by Holland, and away goes Lewis Holland. Has he got the pace to go all the way? The chase is on, up to the 22.
Oh, well
and
done.
He links up on the inside with Patahi. Good defence by Fiji, though, but they might be stretched on the far side, but no, it's slow coming out of there, and here's the penalty taken by Holland. Wide ball out to Lucas. Mafau needs to straighten and then offload, and he gives it out now to Alan Falavo, and he's over. Try.
Whoa, they nearly blew it with that late pass. Palmer foul throwing it high to, I think there's a lot of girls jumping around. They may be the girlfriends of the team, not sure. But Falavo made it very hard. It could have been such a simple try because they had the manpower out there. Palmer foul did the right thing by straightening, but that pass there made it very difficult. Stopped his progress. Fijian defenders just missed him. Hit back immediately. That's always the good sign. We wait for Lucas.
There's a conversion attempt from out wide. Will it have the legs? No direction either. So it is 7 points to 5. Got a good strike rate. The 18-year-old from Endeavour Hills in Victoria. Made his debut in Las Vegas earlier this year. Only his 6th event. He's already got 17 tries. That might just settle things down a little bit. First real opportunity, and they come up with a 5-pointer, the Australians. Lucas with the kick-off and going high as McMahon. Brilliant take. Back there for Jordan Torpoy. Ala'oval. And now Lucas trying to straighten and find a gap. Inside ball from Tuapau to Patahi. Again, good cover defence by the Fijians. It's a ruck and the ball is out.
Never come on side.
Yeah, great
And
ball.
it's offside, Fiji.
Back up, come back.
Yeah, good call by the referee. Often they get away with
Come back
that,
up.
just fringing.
Three.
Passes completed. The Wallaby, the Australian Sevens team, got dominance of possession.
Well, they practice this time and time again at training. Can they make it work in the game situation? Lau calling Palmer foul back on the inside. Palmer foul needs to offload. Gets it out to Alan Falafau, and he's in again. Same spot that he scored the first try, so Australia hit the front. Alan Falafau.
Set piece move. They do practice that off the tap. It was Lucas with the second line of... There's the decoy runner to hold the defence in. Falafau, look at him. He throws that pass and then goes wide of Palmer-Foul. And then the same combination as the first try, but this time the passes were perfect and allowed Palmer-Foul an easy slide into the try line. Class, but also it was rehearsed class. They'll be happy with that. Nothing makes them prouder.
Another difficult conversion attempt for Lucas from out wide. So the half-time siren sounds, and it is Australia, the home team, at their home tournament, leading at the half-time break by 10 points to 7. 2 tries to 1.
Well, you would have sworn in the first 3.5 minutes the Australians were getting blown away by the intensity of the Fijians, but they hit back. It was sparked by Lewis Holland, made one break, and then the Australians started to bleed.
Michael O'Connor, the Australian coach.
Romo, backline, vi tatta kima ngani defense, vi tatta kima. Kamu kunta tarapol, to wale to taramana pol. Mai. Filipai, vai, tinka tolu. Agora mau viti. Foul! Que my boy, si bene.
You see
Yes,
them around
indeed.
the hotel, they're always so together. They're such a tight-knit team, the Fijians. And like the Kiwis, you never write them off until the final hooter is gone and everyone's left the field.
Things going to plan, I guess, with the scoreline for the home team. In front by 10 points to 7. Australia warmed up with the win at the Noosa Sevens last week with their development team. Some of these squad members were part of that. They did rest some of their more experienced players. And another great take by Sean McMahon for Australia. Lauval almost through. They just managed to throw him into the turf, grabbing hold of the jersey and flinging him into the turf. And now there's a knock-on spotted. First one by Australia.
What a start by McMahon to take that kick off and then to carry on after he'd gone to the ground. Errors made, 2-2. But that was so close to another bust by Falafau.
So it's Patahi, McMahon and Torpoy in that front row for Australia. No debutants in this Australian squad at the Gold Coast, which is quite good for Coach Michael O'Connor. So often he has to blood new players. And what about the pace here from Raitini? Kalapati Raitini. Well, they didn't have a lot of room to move with or in down the short side, but talk about put the foot on the gas. One from Kai Levu on debut, so they have the first points of the second half, similar to the first half. It's 12-10.
The crowd saying give it to him more often from the scrum. Have a look. They knew where it was going, Raitini. Not a hand laid on him. He is scorching. You can't stop him, but you might have to throw a bucket of water on him. He knows he's hot. Wonderful try. They went the right way, Raitini. Copped the ball from Rangamate, who also was untouched. So what a way to start the second half.
That's what they can do to you from any area of the paddock.
The Australians did well, chased it down so he could go round under the post to put more pressure on Rangamate.
Fiji, Rangamate with the conversion attempt. Will it hold its line? It's off the uprights and it's over. In off.
Delicate piece of skill to knock that one over.
14-10, Fiji back in front.
Palmer foul off the field for the Australians. Shannon Walker on, local hero.
Rangamate with the restart. And again, good skills in the air by Sean McMahon. Matt Lucas looks up, nowhere to go. Now it's Patahi. Similar situation for him.
Release now! Release,
Penalty
please.
against Fiji.
Fair release.
There's the total domination of possession. Fijians are making the most of their rare chances.
Torpoi. Lucas. And Lewis. Lucas doubling around.
Oh, no, poor pass.
Gave it away to one of the Fijians, and it's a penalty against Australia coming in from the side. And this is where they can really hurt you. Savupu and Langi, and he loses it. So Lalval has it. And Patahi picks it up.
2. Use your hand first.
And it's against Fiji. Relieving penalty for the Australians.
Yeah, they're trying to make a mess of any of the breakdowns. Getting pulled up now. Australians figuring a line out might be a good option to cool things down a bit.
A good touch find over on the far side by Lucas. Brother of Ben Lucas. He's played for the Reds for the past few seasons in Super Rugby.
Substitution, time off.
Wallaby Tourists as well. So number 4 coming on for Fiji. Noeli Langai.
Time back on, outside.
Australia's going to lose Lucas after this tournament. New kicker, a new line-out thrower needed. New halfback.
And here's Walker looking to get his hands on the ball. There's no way through there. Alaoval stepping up over the 22, still going. They are looking for a try to get back in front, and Walker, did he get it down?
Oh.
Right in front of the referee. No, he tried to slab it down on the line and he was short. So the referee says he lost it forward.
When he had a rugby league career, that was his home ground. You'd think he'd know where the line was. He certainly thought he did. Let's just have a look.
Oh, so close, and
no, that's short.
Centimetres in it, but great defence by Fiji.
Great positioning by the referee. Don't need a TMO. You don't need a TMO when you're standing there.
Well, that would have given the Australians the lead again, but Fiji hold on. 14-10. Claret on the face of Lizzie Patahi.
Touch. Sit. 9.
Fiji putting it in. Penalty.
Oh yeah, Matt Lucas went early. Rangamate claims he was tackled a bit earlier than 10 metres.
Mate again and into touch.
Pressure. And a bit of cop that from Lewis Holland. And a bit of smack in the head back from Rangamate.
And now they give the penalty to Australia. So they'll just take their time here and try and score from one of their set moves again.
Yep.
Managed to do it in the first half. Jordan Tulpo, the 21-year-old. His 10th event in jersey 5.
Have a look at Fa'alavau lurking dangerously.
And Patahi needs support. Gets it back to McMahon. They hold him about 5 metres out, and a penalty against Fiji again. This time they'll take it pretty quickly, and Matt Lucas gives it now to Torpoi. Jordan Torpoi scores the try for the Australians. Hurt himself in doing so, but it's Australia back in front by 15 points to 10.
Well,
14.
They had one go. It took them so close. The breakdown, they get another penalty. Matt Lucas kept creeping towards the sideline, towards the try line. Look at him go forward. He went forward, made it inevitable. It was unstoppable, Tupou, for 2 metres out when he actually received the ball. Have a look. Lucas went forward, threw a flat pass. He had hardly any work to do, but stayed low, and you can't stop that.
No, we're kicking off. We're kicking off.
Matt Lucas just asking the referee whether or not he can take his time with this. You're allowed 40 seconds to complete the conversion attempt after the try is scored. And Lucas, not a bad attempt. No, just out to the right, but it is Australia leading by 15 points to 14. So often you see the kickers trying to count down the seconds, but no avail on that occasion because there is time for the restart. What a finish to the final match on day one at the Gold Coast Sevens. First stop on the HSBC Sevens World Series. Winner of this one will play Kenya in the quarters tomorrow. Mistake there, so now they've just got to hold on to it.
Leave it two.
Lost forward, so now we'll come back for a scrum. The siren has sounded, no time for the scrum, and Australia in their home tournament go through day one undefeated. That will be a huge confidence boost for the young team. No debutants here, but still plenty of youngsters, and they have beaten Fiji, the defending champions, by 15 points to 14. Very tight indeed. And they're doing it without Wallaby and Red's fullback, who is injured, Luke Morahan. There it is, 15-14, Australia over Fiji. Captain Ed Jenkins rested from that one as well.
Let's not forget that's 3 tries to 2, so that is a convincing win in terms of that. Don't worry about the 1 point. And there, that's the second try by Falavoa. He scored 2 in the first half. This is Raitani.
Yeah, runaway try for the young Fijian.
And you thought that's what was going to happen in this game. It was going to be a runaway, but the Australians stuck to their task.
Okay, well, one of the stars is Alan Alau, and he is with Rod Kafer.
Thanks, Clark here. Great game, a great win for the Australian team.
Yeah, it's a good win. Good for tomorrow, going into the quarterfinals, knowing that we have that confidence to play hard and pull the full 14 minutes.
You beat the defending champions. Tomorrow will be a big day for the side. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, looking forward to it. Should be good games.
For you, those 2 tries in that left corner, you have a real liking for that left corner. You slipped in nicely there twice.
Yeah, no, it's just credit to the boys because they usually just, give me the ball, I just run over the line.
How are you finding settling into this side in that playmaking role from time to time in the middle of the field? You seem to really enjoy it.
Yeah, so I'm good. I don't really know what to say. Yeah, it's just, I reckon it's just great.
You've had a great day. Congratulations. Well done.
Thanks. Sorry about that.
Yes, lost for words there. Not often Australia beats Fiji, but they have done it to finish on top of their pool. But let's go through all 4 pools now. And South Africa, I think most of us in the commentary team believe South Africa are the form team so far. 9 points. They beat New Zealand on the final match in the Pool A. New Zealand gets through with 7, and Canada and the United States through to the bowl. Now in Pool B, Australia finish on top. 3 matches, 3 wins. Fiji second, and Tonga and Scotland go through to the bowl quarterfinals tomorrow. And in Pool C, Samoa, they're rebuilding, but gee, they're building in confidence with those 3 wins from 3 matches. 9 points, Kenya on 6 ahead of England. So Kenya will go through, and England go to the bowl competition. And in Pool D, it's Argentina and France advancing through to the Cup quarterfinals. Wales and Portugal relegated down to the bottom 8, the bowl quarterfinals. So on day 2, it is quarterfinal time. And of course, everything from there is knockout. And in the bowl quarterfinals, Canada will play Portugal, England will play Scotland, Wales up against the United States, and Tonga against Spain. Some evenly matched quarterfinal lineups there. And in the top 8, the Cup quarterfinals, those in contention for the overall title at the Gold Coast. South Africa against France. Samoa will play Fiji. Wow, the battle of the Pacific there. Argentina will take on New Zealand, and the home team, Australia, will play Kenya. That's a lineup in the Cup quarterfinals tomorrow. First match from about 10:30 Queensland time. It's been a wonderful opening day at the Gold Coast Sevens. Thanks for your company. Hope you've enjoyed all of the fast pitch action, and the crowd have certainly enjoyed it. We'll be back with more tomorrow, so On behalf of all the commentary team, this is Greg Clark saying farewell from Skill Park on the Gold Coast in sunny Queensland.
Well, they've come up to a new level, but this is the first one. South Africa against Fiji, and they really just don't miss this. It's South Africa against Fiji. They meet again for the 53rd time since Brisbane 2000, and by coincidence they met in the Cup semi-final here in Gold Coast last year, and Fiji won 24-7. And Fiji, by the way, have won their last 4 meetings. South Africa, well, a very slickest team, I would say, that we've seen in this tournament. They've unbeaten Canada, USA, New Zealand, France, and they're the only unbeaten side so far. South Africa have won 20 times. Fiji have won 30 times. They've drawn twice. And there's the lineup. Kyle Brown, the captain. Wide out, I expect we'll see Cornel Hendricks. And Branko de Pria will take the scrum half position with Delport on the bench. Fiji, well, you never quite know what's in store with them. They've won over Scotland, Tonga and Samoa in the Cup quarterfinals. They lost to Australia. But I tell you what, I've never seen before 5 new players in the lineup in a Cup semi-final in the first tournament. Tufu Langi, Domolailai, Rankamati, who's been absolute star, Raitini, the flyer, and Ruve Taki. It's extraordinary. 5 of 7 in this lineup at the start. Will never have played in a tournament before this one. So where's your money on this one then?
Well, I've liked South Africa. I think they looked really good yesterday. However, Fiji came out of the blocks today, particularly their match against Samoa earlier on. They were fantastic. And it seems like they've timed their run. They've got better as the tournament's gone on. Disappointed last night to have lost to Australia, no doubt. We'll want to bounce back against one of the big rugby nations, one of the big 3 of the Southern Hemisphere, the Blitzbokker of South Africa.
So, Rob, who are you going to choose?
South Africa.
Okay.
I'll take them.
Referee, Argentina, man who started the HSBC Sevens in 2010, 30-year-old from Buenos Aires. Started refereeing 8 years ago, still playing at that time as a scrum half for the Olivos Rugby Club in Argentina. So here's one of the stars of the game. Yes. Number 10 for South Africa, Cecil Africa. 7 minutes each way in this Cup semi-final. The winners will play the winners of New Zealand or Kenya, which follows after this. Well, knocked both ways, I think. And first the knock-on was by South Africa. There's Frankie Horn, the cornerstone, a real brick in South African Sevens. 42nd tournament. Started in Dubai 2007. Originally Huguenot High School in Port Elizabeth and played for Boland. Putting in the ball, Ila Tinai. So screwing the scrum there was South Africa. There's the captain, Pani Bhatia, from the great club of the Wardens, who dominated all the club sevens in Fiji last season. Lovely hands. Ravu Ataki. Saw a little glimpse there of the man I think has been the star of Fiji, Rakamate. Here he is. It's on the bounce. It's cruel. But there's the threat. Probably the biggest threat to South Africa, and it's a loose ball picked up by Kavu Suelangi. One of the new 5 players, 27-year-old, making his debut at that age from Nandronga. That was a bit of luck, wasn't it?
Well, as they competed, it was loose ball on the ground, hands, everything all over it. Fiji just keep pushing forward at the breakdown, and it spits out. The ball was clearly out of the ruck. Those players had come through from an onside position. No problems with that try being awarded. A great start for Fiji.
Joji Rangamate with the conversion attempt. One of the stars. I remember Waisali Serevi saying to me, watch out for this guy, he should be in the Fijian Sevens, and he certainly made his mark here. Not as much as Serevi had in his wonderful career, but what a playmaker from the Wardens and from Suva. Well, big setback there. Bit of a kick back in the behind for South Africa. 7-0, Fiji lead. On the form, I think most people would have thought this is going to be South Africa's tournament, but you don't never know with sevens. Penalty.
Set play. South Africa have had a couple of nice little pieces. The players will just take their time. Branko de Pria.
Yeah, they don't rush, do they?
No. Just get the people in the right place.
Branko de Pria then takes a little tap to Cecil Africa. Lovely slip back into the hands of Frankie Horn. Takes 2 men out. Drive on by Mbavani. He's excelled in this tournament. Another penalty. Got to stay on your feet. Chris Dry. Could be an overlap chance here. Kyle Brown switches the other way though. Oh, he's burst through with untackled. It's a crucial moment, and it's Cecil Africa. Great work by Kyle Brown. Got to cool down. Cool down.
Oh, there's a little bit of niggle in there, isn't there?
Sure is. A bit of tension.
Push, shove, the old slap on the head.
Relax. Relax. Relax.
Puerto Rico. Referee just trying to relax the players.
Shut up.
Well,
relax, please. Relax.
I think there may have been something. There's Voyo Sunkwa there, who's one of the assistants to Paul True, came on with the water. I didn't quite see what happened, but he seemed to have got involved or said something to the referee, did he? I don't know. But certainly something to do with Voyo Sunkwa there. He's a guy who was in the side a couple of years ago and then had a horrible car accident and lost an eye. Was brought in by Paul True to be his assistant, which is a lovely move. Let's see here, there's a try. Oh, it was a bit late, wasn't he, by Rakamati. He didn't need to tackle him here, did he? What do you think?
Look, I think you're half committed. Yeah. You're half committed. You've got the right to go through with it. Then there's just a little bit of.
And I don't think Cecil didn't create, did he? He didn't. I think it was just a bit too heated. So it's 7-7.
We get the blood boiling now, though.
My goodness. Switch by Cecil Africa. Chris Dry, Frankie Horn. He'll take 2 men out any time. Dry again.
Good ball now.
Good ball that was. Africa. Stephen Hunt. Some big hits coming in here. Kyle Brown. Oh, got getting a bit heated. You're quite right. Ball got knocked, and just behind the goal post here is the whole mass of supporters of Fijians.
Last minute of the first half, crucial now. But South Africa will take their time again. They'll get this set up. It worked well for them last time. They use the same setup every time to put people in motion.
Take their time. Prayer to Africa. Africa. Maisie running, tries to break through, but he's held initially by Revu Intaki. Oh, it's picked up and it's a chance. Oh, it's missed by Hendricks there. Thought he had it.
Oh, there's a chance
here. That's a brilliant little chip. And away goes Rakamate. Rakamate into the hands of Tenai. Tenai back to Rakamate. He's going to be under the post. Right on the stroke of half-time. What a game he's had throughout this tournament. Joji Rakamate scored in every round. And that's his 6th try. My word, what a time to get a score.
Oh, it was the South Africa in the motion of scoring the try, lose the ball, admit it. Shut the gate. Fiji opened it up, beautiful little interplay there. Rakamate getting the ball back, threw it early. Probably could have kept going, threw it early, then went straight into the right position, get to the middle of the field and create space for the man with the ball. With the right thing, there's a chat with the referee now and his assistant.
Yes.
He's tripping. So,
the discussion going down here with referee Federico Anselmi.
So, number 4 green tripping.
Number 4 green tripping is what I've heard.
Okay.
Well, is 4 on the field? I don't think he was. 4 wasn't on the field. Can't be number 4. He's not on the field. I promise you.
Yeah, he's sitting there. He is. We can see him. He's sitting on the bench.
Exactly. There he is on the bench.
Number 4, please.
There is no number 4. They're pointing to him. They're pointing. They're pointing. Carl Brown saying, no, he's not there. He hasn't been on the field.
When they pass the ball. Okay, that's it.
So the assistant referee got the wrong guy.
Sense prevails. Sense prevails.
It does, rather.
Are we sure that he didn't jump off the bench and try to trip? They were close enough to. There he is.
I don't think
Ruben
so.
Johannes on the bench there.
I think they're a bit more disciplined than that.
Yeah.
I don't think Paul would ever let them do that. So the conversion from the man who scored it. And Fiji take the lead again. Right on half-time, it's Fiji 14, South Africa 7. We've got first coach's coach for Fiji, Timothy Waininkolo. That's because Alvaretti Nderi couldn't have a visa to get into Australia because of his military connections. Little calm down here, I think, with the South Africans.
Yes. Yes. There's some excitement amongst the teams. There's a lot to play for now.
Absolutely. Place in the final.
I apologize for the call, so relax.
You don't want to be in the third, fourth playoff to avoid it.
Angle, try to do square.
Yeah, but key stat this one. Number of passes per try. Fiji just take advantage. To turn the ball over, someone's going to go coast to coast against you.
It was tremendous vision, wasn't it? Right on his own goal line.
Yeah.
And he thought, right, there's no one sweeping. Little chip, picked it up. Then the interplay between the two of them, Rakamate and Tenai. So, pressure on South Africa, the Springboks. Hendricks, strong man. Chris Dry does a lot of good work. Nice feed. Dupree. Frankie Horn, dumped by Domalai, but still in the hands. Well played by Kyle Brown. Wide out, Stephen Hunt. Horn up the middle. He'll charge up the middle, try to take 2 men out. 2 he did. Sets a half chance.
Numbers to the right now.
Africa, Chris Dry, Branko Dupree, not a good pass, but he picked it up well. Popped back to Africa again. Then the kick, cross ball into the hands of Conrad Hendricks. Conrad Hendricks goes for the corner. Frankie Horn quickly there. Oh, and the 50-50 ball goes in touch.
Wow.
My goodness. Pressure.
Fiji, the tired bodies on the field.
Yeah.
23 passes from South Africa, only 9 from Fiji. They tend to swoop on opportunities. If you knock the ball on or lose the ball, Fiji will come at you from long range. So good in that turnover situation. Probably the best team in any game, in any rugby game, at coming back at you from the turnover.
Well, they've taken Apisai Domolai off. Had that knock, but he's okay. So it's Rankamate. Lilo back onto the bench. Well, that was South Africa's ball off that line out. It's Stephen Hunt, tripped over. 3-2 going left. Well taken by Frankie Horn. I thought it was going into touch. Critical moments here. 5 minutes to play. And offside are Fiji. What's the referee going to do here? It's a yellow card. What did he do?
Didn't see, was it a trip?
It was way over the far side. It must have been a trip, I guess,
late
earlier.
tackle. Well, he said a trip, yeah.
It was. So Eli Tinai could be a turnover moment in the game here. And Tinai looks sorry at least. Chris Dry. So it's 7 against 6. Perfect chance now for South Africa to come back. They trail by 7. Drop goal. Oh my word. From Branco de Pria. So, I wonder though, was that a good decision? 14 points to 10?
Wow, it's interesting.
You know, I mean...
You waste a minute.
6.
Yeah. You do waste he's wasting time when they've got a man in the bin.
Exactly, and South Africa have to kick, you know, the restart. So it's 14-10. What a rare event that was.
Particularly so wide out, and you know.
It's a fine drop goal, my goodness.
You won't see many better than that, will you?
No. Strange decision. Here's Rankamate.
Oh.
Look at that, beats 2 men. Rankamate is tremendous pace, chased by South Africa and Branco de Pria. Great tackle, wonderful tackle by Kyle Brown. Well, the captain saved that try. Thought they'd beaten both de Pria and Africa there. And it's a penalty. They've got to attack from here, South Africa. Well, extraordinary moments. There's the captain, Kyle Brown. Guy who's been around now in his 4th season.
Poor kick.
Poor kick, and you know, allows Tinai to come back on.
He's back on now.
You know, they had one more chance there with 7 against 6.
Wow.
Strange.
Tactically, they haven't got it right. I think the field goal was at the wrong choice.
It was.
Not so many ways, so was that kick, but they did look tired, so they've just gone the length to defend.
Bit loose from Branco de Pria. South Africa back to de Pria. And what's this decision? Offside against Fiji. Quickly taken, Chris Dry.
Fiji have stepped up the physicality now.
Yeah.
They're looking for the big hits.
There
they go.
A big one on Stephen Hunt there. Piling in here. And a knock-on. Thrills their supporters. Packed in the stand behind the post.
Yeah,
jumping in. And that's Tinai trying to make up for his misdemeanors.
You can smell blood in the water now, the Fijians.
2 minutes to go.
Yeah, they've really upped the intensity since Tinai's come back on.
Yeah, and on comes Paul Delport, takes over from Branco de Pria as halfback. Time is on Fiji's side, 14-10. Still can't understand why the drop goal when you're 7 against 6. Bounces into the hand of Raitini, who's one of the quickest men in the field, well, in the tournament.
Held up here, it looks like.
Yeah.
Ball is a maul.
Could be. What's the decision? Yeah, it's a chance for South Africa. And remember, all they need is a try to take over from Fiji.
And then we'll say what a wonderful choice that drop goal was.
Looking on anxiously, Timothy Wainikolo, the assistant coach of Fiji, on duty for the first time in that role. Delport, Cecil Africa, wide out, Mbavani, oh no! Oh, one of the stars of this 7. Absolutely brilliant, but, well, even brilliant players can make a mistake. And that was so critical. Nothing wrong with the pass.
No.
45 seconds. It looks as though it's going to be a huge disappointment for the Springboks here, unless something dramatic happens with 30 seconds to go. Fiji, 4 points ahead. This is Rankamate, who's been the star of the Fijian Sevens. Nearly gets away again. Now, the ball still now with Fiji. Botia. They can just take out the last few seconds into the hands of Tabu Thuilangi. Oh, it's inside and it's away and it's Tinai. It's all over. Tinai behind the post. Fiji are in the cup final.
And don't they love it? Their crowd's going insane. The cheer girls are in the action. And Fiji have scored a wonderful victory. Tinai, his second try in the tournament. What an important one it was. Game in the balance.
Well, he captained Fiji 4 times last season. Captained the Wardens Club. And he's captained Fiji with the win. Eli Tinai, one of the few survivors in this Fijian squad. Oh, and the celebrations will continue because they're in the final. Extraordinary, 21 points to 10. My goodness, that was a battle and a half. And Fiji have won 21 points to 10 into the cup final. And let's go down to Seb Lozier with the captain, I think, of Fiji.
Yeah, with Lepani Mbotia, Lepani, the title defence is still on. What does it mean to you?
Thank you. Firstly, I want to thank the Lord, and also thank the supporters, and also thank our proud sponsor, Jitsel, and Cheryl with us. We know that it's been a hard game today, but this afternoon for the boys. I know that we done well, we work hard, so beat South Africa this afternoon.
You mentioned the crowd. Isn't it incredible? You've got such a bank of support.
Yeah, we know that plenty of Fijians with us, been supporters of the team today. I want to thank them and all the families, and also the family back home.
Well, we'll see you and your young team in the final. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
The Fever Pitch tournament, first stop on the HSBC Sevens World Series. And the crowd is staying on. Wonderful conditions for the final. And it's a repeat of last year's final between the South Pacific heavyweights, Fiji and New Zealand. This is the 14th series, so a little bit of history for you. Last 13, Series 1 all the way back in 1999. New Zealand won it ahead of Fiji. And look at New Zealand, they have been very good indeed. Only Fiji, Samoa and South Africa have been able to deny them over the past 13 years. The All Black Sevens, as they like to be called nowadays, certainly have dominated, and they've had one man in charge, their coach, Gordon Titchens, so passionate. And he was a little bit worried yesterday, but he'd be more than happy today because some of his big name players, the core players in that New Zealand team, have stood up today. But can they go one more? And knock over Fiji in the decider. That's what they're playing for. So silverware on the line, and this is how they got there. You can see that South Africa were over France in the earlier games. Samoa losing to Fiji. New Zealand over Argentina. So this is earlier today. So New Zealand then advanced through and were too good for Kenya, 15-5. And Fiji were too good for South Africa, winning 21-10. So two teams just building nicely towards this decider, the cup final. And to call all the action, representing New Zealand in the black corner, Willie Lusay. And, well, we've got Mr. Neutrality. He's very neutral. Nigel Starmer-Smith will be calling the action. And what a cracker it's going to be. Don't go anywhere. New Zealand taking on Fiji next at the Gold Coast Sevens.
Thanks, Greg. Well, here we are then, the game number 45 of the opening event of the HSBC 7th World Series, the Gold Coast Cup Final, New Zealand versus Fiji. And by coincidence, well, that's not coincidence, a repeat of last year's final. That was a triumph for Fiji on that occasion. They're the holders, New Zealand the runners-up. New Zealand against Fiji. New Zealand, who come over USA, Canada, lost to South Africa, beat Argentina, beat Kenya. And Fiji, well, they've won against Scotland, Tonga, lost to Australia, but then beats today Samoa and South Africa. Remarkable, these two. The two seven nations who have been the domination nations over the last 13 years, as you saw on that list just now, of the IRB series as it was when it started out. 44 cup titles for New Zealand out of 66 cup finals. And for Fiji, 47 cup finals, 19 cup titles. And this is the 68th meeting of these two. New Zealand have won 39 of them. Fiji have won 28 of them. They've never had a drawn. And they've met in 22 cup finals. 8 times in the first season of 1999-2000. So, it's going to be an exciting final. Fiji, well, they won against New Zealand last 2 meetings in London and Hong Kong last season. Here's the lineup. And extraordinary, really, that the two teams with the biggest number of debutants have made it to the final. There are 7 new players in Fiji's squad. They've got, of course, the captain of Levani Botia. He's only played 7 times. We've got Rakamante, who's played, this is his 5th time. He's scored tries, he's been outstanding. And Ilai Tunai. But the other 4, Domalailai, Langai, Raitini and Ravu Atake, they've all made their debut this time. The star, I think, has been Rankamate. And the fastest man in the side is, without doubt, Ratu Alipate Raitini. They've been quite a revelation. So too for New Zealand. 6 debuts in Gordon Teachen's squad, with 3 in their final lineup. Tua Taungalangi, the 23-year-old from Wellington. Warwick Lambert, 21-year-old from Taranaki, and Gareth Williams-Spears, 22-year-old from Auckland. But of course there's that outstanding quartet at the heart of New Zealand's success over the years. 184 tournaments between them. Tim Mickelson, 32 times. Captain DJ Forbes, 52 tournaments. Lotte Raikambula, 51. Tomasi Thama, 49. So they have that core which has been so vital to them in, what, the last 4 or 5 years. So, alongside me, delighted to have Willie Lusay as the ball is brought out to the middle. Nice little tradition there now. Well done, little lady.
Yeah, what a special moment for her. Also for me, Nigel. First opportunity to call a final with you. I'm so excited and nervous because this is a wonderful Fijian side, and I think that New Zealand have boxed above their weight. They've lost Mark Jackman as well. He won't be in the reserves because he's dislocated his thumb yesterday.
Well, for those who are interested in Facebook, and I'm sure many are, 58% of those who voted on Facebook in .com IRB7s said that Fiji would win the Gold Coast Sevens Cup final against New Zealand. How do you feel about that?
I'd agree with the 57%, to be honest with you. What a team. They've been the form team. They're a terrific bunch of men.
Well, they're lining up now for a trophy down there. Only the second time we've been to the skilled part.
The final of the Gold Coast Sevens fever pitch. Would you now please
here.
be upstanding for the national anthem of Fiji, followed by the national anthem of New Zealand.
So we're going to hear now, before the start, anthems of both nations. Fiji first. The Fijian players, and beautifully sung. Defend New Zealand. Well, DJ Forbes and Lottie Raikambula started out on the sevens 6 years ago in Wellington. Thomas C. Thama in the year of 2005, and Tim Mickelson 2007. I think he has possibly been their outstanding performer in this particular tournament.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it as well, Nigel. 6 new debutants. It was always going to be difficult. No excuses made by New Zealand, and there's the man in charge. What a special moment.
Delightful for him. An honour, of course, of his first cup final in the HSBC Sevens World Series. A 30-year-old from Buenos Aires, Argentina, Federico Anselmi. And remember, 10 minutes each way. The captain, superb captain, DJ Forbes from Counties Manukau, and opposite him, Levani Botia. Well, they are historically the outstanding performers of the game of sevens across the globe. Little block, was it that, by Raikambula? Referee says it's okay. And Tomasi Sama has to concede the 5-metre scrummage. And Fiji out of their blocks like greyhounds.
Yeah, nasty bounce for Tomasi Sama, and Langai was there. Thought that Rangamate may have been taken out, and that man there is crucial for New Zealand. It's the two number 6s in my opinion. Tomasi Sama for New Zealand and Georgie Rangamate for Fiji.
Well, I think Tomasi Sama has the greatest vision, the greatest nous of sevens rugby I've ever seen. Quickly taken. And again, it's Rangamate. And with the pressure so quickly announced by Fiji. This is the captain, Levani Botia, held there by Raikambula. Ready there with Vuetaki. This time held up by Tuatangaloa. Ravuetaki. Raitini, one of the quickest men in the game. But the referee, Anselmi, played advantage to Fiji.
A brilliant awareness from William Spears, who ripped the ball clean from the tackle of Raitini. Wow, what a start. Fiji dominating territory and possession.
Georgie Rangamate, 27-year-old, only played 4 tournaments, been outstanding in this particular one. 3-2, wide out, Raitini's in the corner. That acceleration. The 21-year-old from Tailevu, they say he can run 100 metres under 11 seconds. Well, he did it over an incredible 10 metres.
Well, look at the acceleration. As soon as he got it, the fend out the left, ball in the right hand meant that he could get it down. But it's just the pace of the Fijians. Once they execute, this is brilliant. William Spears couldn't get across in time. Wonderful start for Fiji.
Georgie Rangamate, their principal conversion attempt, not so good that time. Scored 6 tries already in the previous 5 rounds. Experience and the new, side by side. Good start for Fiji. They've got tremendous support here behind the New Zealand goal. Oh, well taken by Wilt Mickelson. And it's a run-in, no problem at all for Tim Mickelson. He's been so sharp. 87th try, and bang, come New Zealand, straight back.
It's a heavyweight title, the 2 best in the land. Look at this, it's tapped back by Fiji. Mickelson was there waiting for it, and it bounced up superbly. Very little that Domalolo could do, and he's got too much pace. A 15's a side winger, and he showed class once he got the ball. Have a look at this, bounced up beautifully. Then he pinned his ears back and backed his pace. New Zealand are back.
Domalolo just a bit slow to react there. And this man quick off the mark, 6'5", and well, he could just stretches over the paddock with so few steps. And a great conversion by Tomasi Sama. So New Zealand take an early lead now, 7 points to 5. This could be a cracker. Gordon Kitchens, who's had limitations about where he could get the resources from, but he's done well. 6 new players in his squad. Domalolo nailed there by DJ Forbes. Away by Tuatangaloa. This is Tomasi Sama. He's the vision man, the playmaker. Good holding up work by Ilatinai. Up in support is Lammert. Well, boys held up, and so Fiji get the put in to the scrum.
They circled and cut off his options, and it was that man Ratinai, he just zeroed in on him. He came out of the line, broke the defensive pattern, and just said, I have to get my hands on him. And that's what he did, and has forced the turnover.
Coach. Up, please, up. Point number 2. Point number 2. Okay, that's right here. Cut. Touch. Set.
Chant of Fiji from their supporters. Such enthusiasm. Wave Tinai and closed down very quickly there. No love lost. No given place for possession. It's the penalty quickly given. Nicholson thinks about the quick one.
A little bit of help from the Argentinian referee, from DJ Forbes as well. He was yelling at him that the Fijian player was off his feet. Still playing the ball, and look at that, penalties conceded.
Already 3-1. Timothy Wainakolo, the assistant to Alvarez Dermderi. Well, he was a star himself as a player. Won the Hong Kong title 3 times in 1991, 92. And coach of the Wardens, top team at home on the domestic scene of sevens. First time as full-time coach. Oh, how quickly in was Mbotia. With another penalty. Fiji giving away. And quickly taken by Thama. So elusive, Thama. But the pass, well, man and ball really to Lama.
Well, they've identified that Thama is the playmaker, and they're just closing his space down. He just hasn't got the time that he normally has against other sides. Brilliant defence from Fiji.
Yes, a great anticipation there. But Thama works his wiles. Absolutely outstanding the last couple of seasons. He may be 31 now, but he's playing as well as ever. This young man from Manawatu. Fiji in their own 22. Sees the gap and takes it. This is Rakamate again. Oh, and it's a nice kick on. It's all on the bounce here. Rakamate, he picks it up. He slides. Can he reach? He's just short. There are 3 men for Fiji there. There's an obstruction and the penalty given anyway. The drive in through. Does it get to the line? Not quite, I don't think, with Domolailai. Ball is on the ground now. Or in the hands of Fiji. It's not on the ground. Real chance here. 3-1. And it's through with the captain, Levani Bhatia. Fiji retake the lead.
That's how much it means to the fans here on the Gold Coast. What a captain he's been. Inspirational, and it came right from the break of Rangamate. Stopped just short. They were going to get the advantage. He pushes off the tackle of Tim Nicholson. Too much power for William Spears, and the second try for Fiji.
Well, he's taken that role superbly from Setefano Thakau, who did so well last season. And this guy is only his 7th tournament, and he's only 23, but he looks mature, and he's setting the example. This man from the Wardens Club, who had such a great season the last 2 seasons at home. With the conversion, it's 12 points to 7. Fiji lead. Remember, they were the winners here last year. Great final. They were convincing, 26-12. But of course, none of them were here last time, except for Kalani Sau, and he's injured, not even on the bench. So they're all new to this experience. 7 new of this Fiji squad. None of them been here before. The ones who are fit. Oh, it's almost away again. That was Langai. Ball is there. Looking for the quick one. Ravadantaki just short. Still within 7 meters of the New Zealand line. Danger again for New Zealand. Goes through the hands of Tinai. It's Ratini. That pace once more. Another brilliant acceleration into the corner. Brilliant play by Fiji, doing the basics well. And it's sevens heavens for their supporters.
I was about to say, who wouldn't say we love Fiji with this sort of action? Rangamate got on the outside, and then it was the execution again. That pass from Tinai. Look at the acceleration from Raitini. Standing start. Too much pace for William Spears. Not a contest. And look at this. The pass, the acceleration, and the delivery. His second try. Fiji's third. Wow. Just before the break. How many times did they do that?
He almost ran out through the exit. Extraordinary pace. Really acceleration from almost a standing start. The 21-year-old from Tailevu. He's set the standard here. And already those first 10 minutes have passed. Half time, and Fiji lead by 10 points. 17-7.
Thank you.
Well, it's been a brilliant first 10 minutes, and it was always going to be the case of Fiji having more pace, New Zealand trying to outmuscle them, and they haven't taken the opportunities. That coming from a kick-off yet again that New Zealand didn't claim.
There is coach Timothy Maningkolo.
Sao china minute, boy china minute. Okay? Zaka chik. Eh? Toso chico. Kunia lo lelai, toso chingna. Nakaya se berno koya. Ena sotale. Do velomani, do dawat. Wananabu chico na di. Wananabu na toso mat. Yana ka tu binaka vital nota.
Teachers. Well, he's delighted already to think that this new side have made it to the cup final. All credit to him, this remarkable man who's now been honoured by the International Rugby Board as one of the great rugby persons of history, as a member of the Hall of Fame, a coach of sevens, first time ever. And don't write anything off yet concerning the New Zealand All Blacks, as they are now officially known.
The All Blacks sevens, as you mentioned, but some of their experienced players need to now get ball in hand. Tamasi Thama's the key, so is Lotte Rakimbula. And the kickoff has been a concern for them right throughout the tournament, both receiving and also getting up and contesting. But what a captain he has been, DJ Forbes.
Yes, DJ, Derek Jamie, I don't think he likes to be called that, but he's a delightful guy and has been what a remarkable representative of rugby sevens for New Zealand. Tim Mickelson, well, I know he scored 3 tries the other day for Waikato in the 15s, and he's looked absolutely terrific back in the sevens where he belongs. This is Langai. The new boys, Captain Botia. Such pace amongst this Fijian squad. They look so comfortable with the ball in hand, and what a full pass there. And it's got away from Mickelson. This time it's a sprint, and it's Raitini coming back inside. Chased hard all the way by William Spears, but no one can catch that. That's a hat-trick. That is brilliant. Ratu Raitini. Well, he's made his mark. My goodness me.
Well, that's the best of his 3 as well, because he had so much work to do. That's his own 22 that you can see. And what happened here is that they bamboozled him. Mickelson came across. William Spears came in on the cut, and then he got on the outside of Mickelson. Pinned his ears back. Look at the face, the determination. And then he steps on the inside of Thama, and then just accelerates again away from William Spears. He's done it to him 3 times. What a start.
Well, what a find. This 21-year-old who has been amongst the Fiji Warriors, the 15s that is, playing in the Pacific Rugby Cup in New Zealand and Australia last February. Suddenly he's become a star of the sevens, and I'm sure what delight there must be in your beautiful islands of Fiji with this newcomer and the way that they're playing here in this final, with 7 new players in their squad. 22 points to 7.
10 local time in Fiji. They'll be huddled around the televisions in the villages.
I want to go there tomorrow.
Well, the Carver will be flying tonight. There's no doubt about that.
The restart, not 10 metres. Oh, it's just about, maybe, from Anselmi. The hands of Rav Buetaki from Suva. Fireman by profession, but mainly rugby, I guess. Botia. Well played. Beautiful pass. Rankamate. Covering back is Thummer, but he's made it again. Absolutely brilliant. Big, stocky, but what pace as well.
He is a rock star. Top point scorer here on the Gold Coast. Not only does he do it with the boot, but he does it with scoring tries. And that is his 7th here. Acknowledged now. Wow.
Well, absolutely. Jolie, Balaviani, Rankamate played his debut in Hong Kong earlier this season.
That's the vision.
It's just fantastic.
His ability to see that Tamasi Thama was actually on the right-hand side, so he kicked it out to the left, knew he had the pace. There's his reaction, and here's the crowd. Hilarious.
You just wonder where he's been. I mean, he's 27 now, and he's absolutely brilliant. Joji Rankamate, another member of the Wardens and from Suva. 59 points. So they're stretching away at 27 points to 7. Still 6.5 minutes remain. That's a mistake. Chance for New Zealand to get the free kick back on the halfway.
Well, it's the first time in 3.5 minutes they've actually touched the ball. From the kickoff, they went deep. They gave the ball and advantage to Fiji. The next kickoff from Fiji, they got it back. So what can New Zealand do? A young side, plenty of experienced players out there, but they need to score next.
Raikambula, Tomasi Sama, Mickelson. Wide out to the hands of William Spears, who's done well. He's been a very good debutant. But turned over, I think, there by Lavu Intaki.
It's okay.
It's a penalty to New Zealand, not least, and it's DJ Forbes. They won't give up yet by any means. Nicely cut inside to Lammert from Raikambula. This is Yopu Yopu, another who's done well, particularly yesterday. Raikambula, midfield, held and bound down by Botia. And away they come again. Exceptional pace. The pass inside, though, was not accurate from Ravu Ataki. Went into the hands of New Zealand. Advantage being played. Coming in on the side. There's going to be a card here, I think, against Wang Pantabat-Tambu.
Yeah, zero tolerance, we were told, and he continued to kick the ball away.
Yeah.
Slowing play down, and so we've been warned about that from the start of the tournament.
Rightly so.
I couldn't see. Come on. Back.
Well, no.
No, he just keeps kicking the ball. There he is. You can see him playing his own little game.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't know whether that was accidentally by Tomasi Thama. But well, you can see what happened on the close-up. I think it was Tinai, but it's Wankantambu out for 2 minutes. So a chance here to come back to New Zealand with Yopu Yopu. Another penalty here. Still 4.5 minutes to play. Not overdone yet. 6 penalties conceded by Fiji.
7 on 6. New Zealand need to strike here, and they're big playmakers.
Nicholson. And that. He's got away. Tackle's good from Tinai. But on goes DJ Forbes. He's got 3 men to his left. Might have slipped it a bit quicker there. There are only 5 in defence now. With injury to Eli Tinai. Somehow they're keeping away from New Zealand getting to the line, but it's not over yet. William Spears and takeaway. Well, I think that was a lost opportunity.
Of course it was. They had numbers as well, and they just couldn't execute it properly. Needed to try and draw on the players and then pass.
I don't think DJ saw what was out to his left. There were 3 men really unmarked.
Time off.
And the referee's going to have a chat too, because some of the discipline as they make some changes.
Black 6. Off.
Change for both teams. On comes Kyler McDonald and Jamie Verron. Jamie Verron, the new man. Kyler McDonald, who played 4 tournaments last season.
Wait, time is up.
Fiji still with 6 men only.
Time 1. This is the microphone. Look after it. Touch. Set.
Still on penal bench. Nicholson. Not the best pass he's made. Into touch. Gets a cheer from the Fijian supporters. Just under 3 minutes to go.
11.
That pretty much sums up New Zealand's final. Passes not accurate, not crisp, not going to hand. Now they're back to 7.
Rankatambu back on now. Policeman from Nandronga. Here the star of the day, Joji Rankamate. Now Fiji won this here last year. They're starting out this season with a success by the look of it. Great work from Botia, the captain. No advantage being played. Very quickly over from that knock-on. 2 minutes to go. Jamie Verron trying to break away. Nailed.
What a tackle from the captain in Botia.
Nicholson breaks away on him on his own. Eli Tinai. No half-heartedness is there in their tackles. Both sides. Warwick Lamert again. Takes it quickly, sensibly quickly. Rhys Llewellyn, other of the new men. 6 in this New Zealand side as well. Learning fast into the deep end. Kyler McDonald. Overlap here surely. Rhys Llewellyn nailed finally by Wankatambu. Duran. In fact, there's been really good defence by Fiji here. Into the last minute. 20 points ahead are Fiji here. They can't lose now, but there's a try for Kyler McDonald. Well, certainly some compensation. They've fight to the end, that's for sure. The quick conversion over is 27-12 and 35 seconds remain.
Well, they had to just play the straightforward game there. Fiji were unbelievable in defence. No one there left with 3 metres to go. O'Donnell, what an impact he's made coming off the bench, and so seconds remain. And Fiji will go back-to-back on the Gold Coast.
Brother Declan, of course, was one of the stars 2 seasons back in the New Zealand squad.
Sorry, look, we must play. So
there's the man of the day, of the weekend, really. Joji Rankamate. Absolutely outstanding. He's back on his feet. He's okay. Oh, he must be so excited. First time he's in charge of Fiji as coach. As assistant normally to Alvaretti Nderi. Former star, he knows what it's like to win a tournament. Coach of the Wardens as well, and played 5 tests in the 15s. And will there be one more yet? And this is Eli Tinai from the bounce. He's in control. Oh, it's a kind bounce, and it's a try to wrap it up in style. Absolutely brilliant individual skills that we've seen across the day. And big hug from Rankamate.
Look at that smile. That'll be on the front pages of the Fiji Times. All around Suva and Nandi. Oh, look at the kick. And you can't coach this. One thing about pace and skill is just this, where you tap it again and it bounces up like it was on a piece of string. We've seen it from William Ryder. We've seen it from Wasale Serevi. Here's another superstar from Fiji.
Well, Ila Tinai, who captained Wardens last season to 4 wins of the major tournaments at home. Suva and Namosi. And, well, the most experienced player on the field in the Fijian squad, and it's only his 10th performance. Well, what a play. Absolutely brilliant performance by Fiji. Not quite their record win over New Zealand. That was back in Wellington 2007, 31-0, but that was an absolutely brilliant start to their season with, what, 7 new players in their squad. They're the holders here of the Gold Coast Sevens, and they have defended their cup. Absolutely wonderful, but all credit to New Zealand. They made it to the cup final. And there's the man, well, he's put his mark on this tournament like no one else, Joji Rankamate. And what a thrill for all you supporting Fijians at home, and for the coach, his first time on that official role, Timosi Wainikolo. 32-14. And this very religious nation, and he's almost tears in his eyes, and I can understand that. Well, what a day it's been today and yesterday for Fiji. They have held the title, and their captain, their new captain, Levani Bhatia, is with Seb Lozier.
Lepani, you've defended your title here on the Gold Coast. Tell me what it means.
Firstly, I want to thank the Lord, and also thank the supporters over here, and also the supporters back home. Also a proud sponsor, Digital, and also the boys. I've been proud of the boys. I've been done well this afternoon.
You're a new captain, and you've done this with 7 new players. You must be so proud of them.
I know that we got 7 new players with us. You know that we come in Fiji. We know that I trust the boys, and also the management, they trust the boys. That they can come here, they can defend against the titles.
You lead the World Series. You must have a message for the people back home in Fiji.
Naka bikamuninga na nonton ni borong ching mai bichi. Naka ngangko sabotai chu bikamuni. Talakena biminanda bachu balimbola. Kimna ching mina koro. Pemimpi banok selsali. Boy, ngangko sabotai chu bik. Na bali bana bimasulaki. Na bali bana binanumi ching mai. Naka.
Well done, Nepani.
Thank you.
Well, can you imagine the celebrations back at those beautiful islands of Fiji in the South Pacific? And here, well, it's been a wonderful day for their packed supporters of the Fijian side. And, well, we saw the emotional coach, Timosi Wainikolo. He's now with Seb Lozier.
Timothy Wainikolo, Timothy, I can see how much this means to you.
Yeah. First of all, I thank God, mighty God, for this winning. We thank the boys. They are new boys. It's the first time to come in here and play rugby. They're just playing 15 in Fiji, and it's the first time we come and playing 7 and they do well. We thank the boys.
Tell me how much this means to the people back home in Fiji.
I think Fiji are all proud for the winning today. Fiji, kami may beach binawale bu nabe masulaki, binawale bu nabe nanumi. May raw ng gangay na bukungan no nabe nanumi na masu, da babe binakataka na club. Bubale may bright season asa. Nawale.
Thank you.
Nawale bu mto may gurbo. Mere to one nawale. Bubale binakabe kemuni ka may beach na be tokoni. May raw ng gangay na no muni be tokoni, kim sakale bu na baka binabinak. Kale bu na buta chiba na baka binakale bu na bukuto na dorbo, atumbeka. Na baka nanu ni to asin rawa to rawa di kuan na bunga ni no na bi baka rota kina klo Rawakilaki na natue ke na koko e rawani ko e rawatan duan-duanga na ngoni turang o Jesu Kristo. Binabalebu. Head coach there binabalebu na velu taki sa may raw ng ganga kalebu na baka binabinak. O baka binabinak ve ke munikede mai vice na veito koni. Binabalebu Sara. Na veito koni. Bubale Bryce Street. Na bubale mai ne anasa batike ni na bubale ne. Tal manat saya binabalebu na veito koni. Radira na bubale mai kino binabalebu na ve masulaki.
Timothy, go and join your team as they lift the Gold Coast Sevens title. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well, what a lovely day for him, and he must have been sending a delightful message back home to all the Fijian supporters, which is basically the whole of all the islands, which is their national sport. What a start for this new Fijian side, and it just makes us all think, well, what a great season we have ahead. New Zealand too, with their new men, 6 debuts, did well and made it a real contest. But now it's the time for the presentation, so let's go down to the MC, David Lutteral.
Well, it sounds like the crowd's got it already. Player of the Gold Coast Sevens tournament in 2008.
Congratulations to our player of the tournament. Well, it was a great cup final, as we mentioned, to conclude the 2012 Gold Coast Sevens fever pitch, with Fiji defeating New Zealand by 32 points to 14. I'd now like to invite Levani Botia, the captain of Fiji, to say a few words.
Firstly, I want to thank the Lord, and also thank the sponsor Ditzel, and also Sharon with us. This win belongs to you, and also the supporters back home, and all the supporters on my right, and also the supporters over here. This win belongs to you, and also I thank the boys for being giving their best for the game this afternoon, and also we thank the New Zealand team for being give us a good game today.
Captain, what a triumph for him.
I'd now like to welcome the rest of the Fijian team to the stage to receive their individual Gold Coast Sevens fever pitch trophies.
So the manager there, Tavita Wangarawe, the coach Timothy Waininkolo, the physio William
It gives me a great pleasure to now
the
invite
12
the Honourable
players
Jam
of
Study
Fiji.
to present Levani Botia, the captain of Fiji, with the 2012 Gold Coast Sevens Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our 2012 Gold Coast Sevens Fever Pitch Cup champions, Fiji!
So what a start for this HSBC Sevens series. Fiji, the winners of the inaugural tournament. So our thanks to Australian Rugby Union and our hosts of the Gold Coast, to our TV director Steve Jamieson and our TV crew, and our broadcast manager, Proactive, Alan Morton and Thomasina Kay. And let's have a look at the table then in this opening session of the season. 9 series to the whole year, and next one will be on November the 30th in Dubai. Our commentator team: Greg Clark, Greg Martin, Rod Kafer, Willie Lose and Seb Lozier. For that next round, well, I hope you'll join us in the Emirates Airlines Dubai Sevens. in this round to come of the HSBC Sevens World Series. From Nigel Starmer-Smith and all of us, goodbye and God bless from the Gold Coast in Queensland, Australia.
En las 22 siempre está...